Hey everybody, good morning or afternoon, whatever time you do this. This is for those of us who were not present to complete our lab from home. So things that you would have, a Ziploc bag, you have a little well, and it'll have phenol red inside of it like this. Then you would have some baking soda, and you would have calcium chloride. Looks like this. So the question is, will a chemical change occur if we mix all these together? A hypothesis always starts with if. So if we already know we're going to mix them together, will a chemical change occur? So you need to decide yes or no. Do you think a chemical change would occur? So I'm going to move ahead here. Before mixing, so you can pause here so you can see these and write some observations down about what each looks like to the best of your abilities. And here's that phenol red. Okay. And then you'll need some room to write evidence down. So I'm going to follow these steps exactly in my bag. I'm going to add 1 level teaspoon of baking soda to our bag. And I'm going to do the same thing for the calcium chloride. 1 level teaspoon to our bag. I'm going to mix these together really nice. That way they're not all clumped up on one side or the other. Checking the corners. Okay. Then we're going to take that phenol red. I'm going to slide it into the bag and try my best to show you what we're looking at here. So I've added it to this little well. I'm going to slide it into our bag. I'm going to get all the air out as best as I can. Zip the bag completely shut. This is where the magic will happen. So we need to be ready to make observations. So this is what it looks like right now before I've dumped it. Let's kind of adjust this just a little bit. Okay, so here's where we need to make observations. Once I dump it out, I'm going to start shaking it around. So listen to the best that you can from here. What do you hear? What do you see? What do you notice? We definitely have a color change. You can't feel it, but there's a temperature change. It gets really warm. It's really warm. We have a nice yellow color. You can see lots of bubbles and fizz inside of there, so it's definitely making a sound. We don't have light coming out of it, but we do have heat on. Look at that. I told you I got all the air out of the bag, and yet there's a lot of air left. So we have formation of a gas. We're going to keep mixing around, write down as many observations as you can. Imagine if you had to tell somebody's great-great-grandma about this. Write out as much as you can. Like I said, it's still really warm. You can see the bag is inflated. We have this nice yellowy color, and we started off with something that was white and red. So it would make sense if we got pink, but instead we got this yellowy color. You can still hear the fizz coming off the bag. And if I let it sit for long enough, it'll start to change back to like a magenta kind of pink color. And our bag will get really cold. So we'll get another color change and another temperature change. So in those post-lab questions that you see in Canvas, it asks you to explain, how do you know a chemical or physical change took place? Well, in a physical change, we get the same substance. We still have the same stuff. This looks completely different. This looks completely different, right? So we definitely didn't physically change anything. We've chemically altered this. The last thing we would do is open it and waft to see if there was any odor. We're not here for that, so we're unable to do that at this time. So take as many observations as you can. You want to use that in your post-lab questions to answer how do you know that if a physical or chemical change took place. So document all the information that you can. I will open this one. No odor for me. So you can now use this to help you complete your lab, and those questions are in Canvas. Please let me know if you have any questions.